16 constituencies and 104 candidates are in the fray in the third phase of polling today. And of course, it is judgment day for Omar Abdullah, who is contesting from Birwa constituency. It remains to be seen if Omar, giving up the family bastion of Ganderbal, would work in favor of the National Conference. All right, my colleague Pooja is joining me live from Birwa, in fact, where Omar Abdullah is contesting from. Pooja, really Birwa is a constituency that Omar Abdullah chose over the family bastion of Ganderbal. Is the risk going to pay off for the incumbent Chief Minister?
Well, here from Birwa, which is the Badgam district, the Birwa constituency was chosen by Omar Abdullah over the family constituency of Ganderbal, which is in North Kashmir. But here in Central Kashmir, where the polling has in fact started at Omar Abdullah, the incumbent Chief Minister, in fact, in many ways, of course, people have decided to turn out. It's been a constituency where people have voted, but it is also important to note why Omar Abdullah decided to choose. Perhaps he wanted in many ways to leave that bastion, move on to, as opposition says, a safer seat, but is really a Birwa safer seat, because at this juncture I have to tell you, even though yes, people here have come out to vote despite these weather conditions, Birwa constituency, when we noticed, really deserves a lot about what politicians have noticed. There are no proper roads, there are no proper facilities of electricity and water, and certainly Birwa residents deserve much more. So can Omar Abdullah, if he wins from this specific seat, also Sonwar constituency, which is another seat he's contesting from, if he wins from Birwa, these people who are in fact voting from somebody, would that politician be able to deliver that? And therefore, even as you can see, these are the queues that have been formed early morning. More ladies, in fact, with their children are only coming in. So we are expecting a high turnout. We've in two phases seen over 70% polling. Will these youngsters who've decided to come, what do they really want? In fact, let's just ask him. आप यहाँ पे आए हैं, आप youngsters जो हैं, किस तरह का मुद्दा आप मान के चलते हैं? डेवलपमेंट चाहिए, सड़कें काफी खराब हैं, कि किस तरह की क्या मुद्दा इम्पोर्टेंट है?
खासकर डेवलपमेंट के लिए और इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए हमारे लिए गवर्नमेंट ने आज तक कुछ किया ही नहीं. हम गवर्नमेंट चेंज करना चाहते हैं. तो हम जो यहाँ जिससे पहले गवर्नमेंट थी उसने हमारे लिए कुछ नहीं किया है. अब हम डेवलपमेंट खाली इलाके की डेवलपमेंट चाहे, जो हॉस्पिटल्स हैं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी है, रोड्स हैं. So see, basic issues of hospitals, electricity, the roads, the infrastructure is extremely bad here in Birwa. And if Omar has made those promises, let's remember there are other candidates as well from the Congress, the incumbent candidate from the PDP. So they have their made of promises. But here, while people are voting, let's also notice the RPF, the Railway Special Protection Force, and also the Jammu and Kashmir Police. They are also in fact at guard. We have had 3 terror attacks in the past. 13 days later, certainly the third phase needs to be peaceful is the agenda for the security forces. But certainly at the end of the day, it is going to be the people's vote for whoever they really vote for, whichever candidate they choose. But here in Birwa, the new constituency chosen, the seat chosen by Omar Abdullah, will the politicians deliver? That remains to be seen. Back to you.
Right. So will the politicians deliver? That remains to be seen. Of course, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are voting for them to deliver on the promises that they've been making throughout their campaigning. Let me go across to my colleague Aditya as well, who's joining us from Uri. Aditya, Uri is the place that suffered a terrorist attack along with 3 other locations in Jammu and Kashmir, a massive terror attack there. This phase of elections happening literally in the shadow of terror. What is the response on ground this morning in the third phase?
Well, absolutely. Under the shadow of the terror, there is massive brisk polling being reported early morning at around 8 a.m. Not just in Uri, where that terror attack had taken place, and in fact 11 of our brave Jawans were martyred. There is brisk polling that is being reported from early morning. In fact, I was in Uri, and at this moment I am near Baramulla. In fact, this is one of the polling booths right behind me where brisk polling has been reported. This is also the polling booth where Salman Soz, the son of prominent Congress leader Saifuddin Soz, also casted its vote just minutes ago. also attacking Narendra Modi, who was in Srinagar, Kashmir's capital, yesterday holding a rally in the heart of the Srinagar city. In fact, we have seen how the terrorists tried to attack not just in Uri, where several of our Jawans were martyred. There were also attacks carried out in Shopian and also Saura area of the Srinagar city. Apart from them, several civilians were also injured. Many expected that there might also be a boycott call of the separatists, which will hamper voting. But the voting pattern since early morning suggests that there is brisk voting, at least in areas of Budgam, Pulwama, and also in the far-flung areas of Uri and Baramulla. So certainly, on a positive note, this third phase of the Jammu and Kashmir elections heading in a very positive way. There are, of course, 138 candidates whose fate would be sealed today. Apart from Umar Abdullah, who is the Chief Minister, contesting from Birwa, there are also several cabinet ministers and also Saifuddin Sose's son, Salman Sose, whose fate will be actually sealed. I spoke to Saifuddin Sose this morning. He attacked Narendra Modi categorically and also said that perhaps Congress will play an important role in future as well in J&K politics. But certainly all eyes would be on 23rd December when finally the results will be out. But certainly at this moment it's just been an hour of polling, but certainly brisk polling being reported even in this biting cold. Back to you.
Right, so positive news coming in from both Baramulla as well as Birwa, and really South Kashmir is another trouble spot. So will the recent terror attacks affect the voter turnout? Here's my colleague Farid speaking to the voters.
Well, let me first tell you about this particular area of South Kashmir. Now, we know today's phase is the most crucial one of all of them, because there are areas like Sopore in North Kashmir and the whole of South Kashmir's Pulwama district, which of course has been a troubled spot for the security forces to maintain order. In fact, if you look at the build-up to this day, there have been several attacks in Pulwama. Last time when there was an attack in Mohra, again in Tral, there was a grenade blast. So this is the most sensitive area if you talk of all these phases, and it's about security here. A lot of security presence as we came in, and here in the main polling booth here in Pulwama, things are slowly building up, although you could be seeing it's so many security people around. But as the day progresses, because as I'm speaking to you, still the temperatures are sub-zero, so that is also a factor here. But yes, more importantly, the most crucial phase, most sensitive phase, if you talk of all of them, is today. They'll have to ensure that through the day they maintain law and order, and that's why huge deployment of police, CRPF and even army helping out to ensure that the day goes on peacefully. But the fact is that this area is an area where there is a strong presence of Lashkar as well as Hizbul Mujahideen. So through the day they'll try to do something to disrupt the polls, and that is the fear the security agencies have. You are absolutely right. The build up to this phase has not been good for the security agencies. We saw one after the other. On Friday there were attacks, beat the Mohra Fidain strike, and then there were a couple of more strikes. So the build-up has not been good, but we'll have to wait and see how things pan out today. If you talk of the Lok Sabha polls, the voter turnout wasn't that great, especially in South Kashmir areas of Pulwama and Shopian. But this time around, people are hopeful, the people in the government, the security apparatus, and in fact generally everyone is hopeful that people will turn out. Now through the day, as I've been saying, focus will be on security. Previously we saw two phases, be it the first one Bandipora and Sonawari, and the second one there was very high turnout. But today is the crucial day. We'll have to wait and see how the people turn out and what kind of turnout we see.
All right, that was Farid. Let me go back to my colleague Aditya now. Aditya is in Baramulla. Aditya, since morning, it's just been 1 hour of voting, and like you were mentioning, we are seeing brisk voting with long queues of people coming out to vote, not just men, but even youngsters and women coming out and vote today. Let's just talk about the extensive security arrangements that have also been put in place to make sure that even this phase of polling is as good a success as it was in the first two.
Well, that's right, absolutely. There are people from all walks of life, not just the middle-aged, but also the young and women coming ahead to vote in far-flung areas, including Uri, where that unfortunate terror attack unfolded just a few days ago, which almost put the security apparatus in a tizzy. And as you mentioned, there are massive security arrangements. I should mention here, apart from the usual deployment of the J&K police, the SOG, and also the Indian Army and the CRPF, there is is 500 companies of the Central Paramilitary Forces that have been kept in all these areas, including Baramulla, Pulwama and the Badgam areas. The most sensitive areas, as my colleague Farid was also mentioning, include several areas of Pulwama and also the Uri areas, because of course there, apart from the infiltration trouble, there's also huge presence of terrorists of the Hizbul Mujahideen and the Lashkar-e-Toiba. So certainly all eyes are on these polls that are taking place. Even just to give you an outlook, I can tell you such army convoys are passing every few minutes in across these polling booths. You can even see right behind these vehicles there are people queuing up to vote. They are waiting because there is rush inside the polling booths. So they are waiting for those queues to end so that they could enter, apart from the verification that will take place, and finally cast their votes. So certainly massive security arrangements across Jammu and Kashmir. This is the third phase of polling.
Right.
We'll see how the voting percentage increases, because in the last two phases there has been more than 70% polling, and it seems to be heading in a very positive manner.